Hello everyone, I hope you are happy and healthy. Today's video is about coronavirus. I am back in the UK. I have been here in the UK for 7 days now and I am healthy. No symptoms, no illness whatsoever. I thought I was a very likely candidate to catch coronavirus as I have spent the last month travelling around mainland Europe using buses, trains, sleeping in 10-bed hostel dorms, sharing food and drinks with strangers from all around the world. So I thought it's very likely that I would get it and I would spread it to a lot of people on my way home. Fortunately, that hasn't been the case and I'm very lucky and very grateful to be as healthy as I am. So I can only hope you guys watching at home are in the same healthy shoes that I am in, and I hope that you're keeping a safe distance from everybody. It is a real struggle. I am #social distancing. Yeah, it's not that much fun, is it? I mean, it's been okay because I have just been enjoying the rest. I've been at home, I've been sleeping and eating, which I don't really do so much when I'm travelling. So for me, this all begins in February. I remember my brother who lives in Taiwan came to visit in the UK, and back then we knew Corona was about and it was still a bit of a meme, it was a bit of a joke. Oh, you've just come from near China, maybe you've got Corona. It was still no one really took it too seriously then. At least we didn't anyway, and it seems like we were such idiots now. That was less than 2 months ago. On the 12th of February, I flew out from the UK to Latvia and didn't think anything of it for another 3 weeks maybe. And I travelled all the way through the Baltics and into Europe, and it just wasn't on anyone's radar. And then I spent some time in the Slovakian mountains in the high Tatras. I wasn't reading the news at all, a complete blackout. I was just kind of interacting with the people in the hostel and wasn't really thinking much beyond the room that I was in, and I had no idea what was happening. In early March, my dad phoned me while I was in the Slovakian mountains and said, look, this coronavirus thing is getting really bad, you should think about coming home. And because I just hadn't been reading the news, I didn't take it very seriously and I thought he's overreacting. Just to show you how little people really cared and how we weren't taking it very seriously, I took this picture on the 6th of March in a hostel common room. I'm sharing bread and hummus with 2 people. We're just double dipping in the hummus, just sharing all the food, sharing all the drink. I had a bottle of Club Mate, which is this disgusting soft drink that I don't like, but I still buy it when I'm in Europe. And everyone was like, oh, what's that? And I remember passing it around the circle, everyone having a sip, 5 of us just drinking from this same bottle. We just weren't taking it seriously at all. And the people in the background of the picture that you can see are playing King's Cup, which is also known as Dirty Pint or Ring of Fire, which is a drinking game which literally involves everyone kind of drinking and then pouring it into a big cup in the middle. It's actually just a cesspit of germs. And the hostel was encouraging it. People were still playing it. So yeah, that was the 6th of March. That wasn't even 3 weeks ago. And there was just absolutely no air of panic or even caution about coronavirus. And this was in Austria. This is one border away from Italy, northern Italy. And then the first time it kind of had an impact on me was on the 13th of March. So this was just 10 days ago. I was in the western Austrian city of Feldkirch. Who better to explain it than me at the time? So here's me from 10 days ago. I got a call on the hotel room phone this morning saying that everyone is being moved out of the hotel. And I don't know why. I didn't ask. I just asked, do I have to leave right now or can I go back to sleep for an hour? And they said you can go back to sleep. So that's all I did. Maybe someone in the hotel has coronavirus and that's why they're moving everyone out. I'm gonna ask on my way out. But I'm being moved from this 3-star hotel to a 4-star hotel next door. I asked the receptionist of the first hotel I was in on my way out why everyone was leaving, and she said that the hotel is closing because of coronavirus. There wasn't any confirmed cases in the hotel, which is reassuring because I don't have travel insurance. All of the ski resorts are closing, so they're expecting the guest rate to just plummet, which is why they're consolidating everyone into one hotel. It makes sense. So it is because of corona that I have ended up here and that I've moved hotel, which is pretty absurd really, because it's something that I've read about and heard in the news, that then to have an actual impact and to see real change because of it is something else. The receptionist said something that actually scared me a little bit. She said that all the hotels in the whole region might just close just to contain the virus. If that happens, more than likely hostels will close as well. So if hostels close, or if I get ill and I don't have travel insurance, I genuinely don't know what I'll do, because I won't have anywhere to live, or yeah, I'm gonna have to pay a very heavy medical bill, so I will be thinking seriously about heading home. But even after filming that video, it took me a couple days to finally decide to come home. So 2 days after I moved hotel, I tried to get the train out of Austria into Switzerland. I booked the train at 10 o'clock at night and boarded the train 10 o'clock the following morning, so 12 hours. And when I was on the train north to the border, the ticket inspector said they've closed this route. In the time that you've booked the ticket and boarded the train, the route has been closed. You'll have to find another way. And that was when I decided it's time to go home, because things were just moving so rapidly that you didn't even have time to react. So I got the train north to the border, they kicked everyone off, and then everyone that was on the train just got on a bus, crossed the border into Switzerland without any border patrol, any inspections or anything. And then we all got off the bus and just got on the train and carried on the journey. The bus was kind of alarming though. No one was allowed within 1 metre of the driver, and it was all taped off. And now it might seem normal and sensible, but just 10 days ago it seemed like such an extreme measure. When I was on the bus, I met a guy from Kosovo who'd got the bus all the way from Kosovo to Austria, and it was his first ever time leaving Kosovo. And I was like, wow, what a baptism by fire for travel. I mean, I said to him, it's not always like this. This isn't what the rest of the world is like. So I made it to Zurich and immediately booked my flight home. I'm very lucky because I was able to fly straight from Zurich to London, and I was home in the UK as easy as that. But I met people in the hostel. It was very, very surreal. Everyone in the hostel was trying to get home. We sat around the common room table in the hostel that evening, and everyone was discussing the best route to get home. There was one person trying to get back to Mexico, one person trying to get to Montana in the US, someone trying to get to the UK, and someone trying to get to South Africa. So we were all looking at like travel logistics and plans of how to get to these different places. It was very much improvising how to get across the globe. And in a twisted kind of way, it was quite exciting. I quite enjoyed it because everyone was kind of in this chaos together. There was a real sense of community and unity, even though we were all trying to get to very different parts of the world. Everyone was in it together, and we all kind of felt this real camaraderie, even though it was a really, really strange reason to. It was actually once I got back to the UK to safety and security that it started to feel more real, because I went to the supermarket, I read online about all the toilet rolls selling out, went to the supermarket, there actually weren't any toilet rolls, not much fruit and vegetables, no milk, no bread. I got the last bag of pasta in the whole store. And this was a big store, this is a super store. You know, I travelled through mainland Europe during the outbreak, and it felt more real being in the supermarket in the UK. That was when I was like, wow, this is actually a big deal. So that is my experience of travelling Europe during coronavirus. I'm just glad to be back in the UK. I'm just feeling very lucky that it was an easy trip to get back for me, and I'm somewhere safe and secure. Especially after meeting people trying to get to like Australia and the US, places that are much more difficult to get to than the UK. I'm feeling very grateful that my journey was easy and convenient. So I feel like it has escalated very, very quickly. I don't feel like we're in the thick of it yet. Things are still pretty relaxed in the UK compared to what I've read in the rest of Europe, and yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, but just stay happy, stay healthy. I will be putting out new videos soon from pre-corona or during the travels that I was just talking about, so something to maybe keep you occupied if you're self-isolating or social distancing, which you should be. Stay away from the park, stay away from Snowdonia. And yeah, who knows? Who knows how long this will go on, but I will check back in with you on here. Also, like, really good timing for Animal Crossing to come out on the Switch. I just got this, and this is what's keeping me busy and sane. Just a little project to keep me going. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for travel videos. See you soon.